Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to this new live stream on Wu English. My name is Hamza. As always, I'm joining you from Morocco, and welcome to this live stream. So let's see. Today, as always, Saturday sessions, as always, are about grammar. Okay, so today will be a grammar session. So let us wait for more and more people to join before I can reveal what will be the topic of today's session. So let's see. Let's see. I see already Amin has joined us. Hello, Amin from Morocco. So hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you are still there with us. Um, Maybe let me guys know in the chat if everything is fine with the audio, with this, with the image, if everything is fine, so that we can start. I see that more people joined. Great, fantastic. Okay, please don't forget to share with us your name and your country. As always, I would always love to see who is joining us and where you guys are joining us from. And again, please let me know if everything is fine with the sound, everything is fine with the audio, because I'm not watching the. I don't have access, so I'm not sure if. Okay. Okay, so share with us your name, share with us your country, so that we can start our session. And great. Okay, fantastic. I see Hasna from Morocco as well. Great. So I already have 3 people. Myself, I am from Morocco. Amin also from Morocco, and now we have Hasna also from Morocco. We have, I guess, okay, Charles. Okay, Charles. I think Roberto, you were with us last session, if I'm not mistaken. You were with us last session. I'm very happy that you joined us today as well. And Danielle, hello, Danielle. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. Great. I'm very happy to see you guys all. Fantastic. So let us just wait maybe for more people to join, more people to interact with us in the chat. And I will start today's live stream. Just a quick remark. So last grammar session, meaning last Saturday, we talked about the present simple. So I figured maybe I should give another lesson, another session to the present simple. Maybe some of you probably couldn't get it well. So I see Artem is here with us. I see Amin is here with us as well. So hello and welcome, guys. Yes, so I decided that I will make another session about the present simple, okay? So that we can understand it very well before we move to the next tense, to the next verb tense. Great. Great, Hasna. So Hasna is from Morocco, but she lives in the UK, all right, in England. Fantastic, great. Okay, so shall we start? Maybe we'll wait for more people to interact with us in the chat before we start. And please let me know, as I said, if the audio is fine, if the audio is clear, and also if the image is fine. If everything is good, I can start, so that I know that there are no issues. All right. Hello. I see that's an emoji. I guess that's an emoji. Tai Tran. So hello, Tai Tran. Where are you joining us from? Let us know. Let us know where you are joining us from. Everything is good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. I mean, I think we can start. And let me just make this bigger. So maybe for those of you who were with us last time, who were okay, Thai from Vietnam. Great. Lovely. Though there are, yes, so I see that there are more and more people joining our live streams. So we have new people each time. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. This means that we are picking up more and more viewers with each live stream. So I hope you guys will learn something about the present simple. And let's start with the first question. When do we use the present simple in your opinion? So when do we use the present simple? So this is my first question for you guys today. So when do we use the present simple? To talk about future, to talk about the past, to talk about what exactly? Hello, Sophia. Hello. Great. Oh, fantastic. Great. So I hope it won't be your last time. So this is your first time. I hope you will be one of our followers. A lot of people here are always with us. So welcome, Sophia, to the live stream. So let me know in the chat, what do you know about the present simple? And more specifically, when do we use it? What do we use, or when do we use the present simple, and what do we talk about when we use the present simple? All right, let's see. So Amin says we use the present simple to talk about actions that happen at this moment. Let's see. We will see actually if this is correct or not. But this is a very good guess because it says the present. So this means that we are talking about now, the present, okay? This moment. Hasna said we talk about general routines. Great. I think this is a very good guess actually. Actually, we do use the present simple to talk about daily or routines in general, like habits, as we can call them also. So we can say routines or habits. Great. So when do we use the present simple? So for just a quick reminder for those of you who have just so just a kind reminder for those of you who have just so this is the second session about the present simple. We did the present simple last time. Last okay. Great. So yes, all right. So you are already a follower. Great. Fantastic. We do 2 live streams per week, by the way. So for those of you who don't know, we have let's see. So let me see. So Ty says we use the present simple occur every day or something that is always true. Very good guess, Ty. Actually, this is a very good guess. I really like it. Um, Great. So Amin says we talk about habits. Absolutely. Action right now. I didn't get this, Hesta. If you can explain to me, please. Artyom, so she's talked about schedule. So Artyom, we say schedule like this. So this is how we write schedule. But I understand what you mean, actually. Yes. Great. Sophia, awesome. So I hope you will learn. Great. So about facts, great. Fantastic. All right. And this is, I think, what we saw last time. So last time we talked about 4 cases in which we use the present simple. You guys mentioned already 2 or 3, but today I will just stick to 3 of them. Okay, what are they? So let's discover them together. So the first one is what Sophia said, what Tai said. All right, what Hasna said as well, which is we use the present simple to talk about habitual actions or what we also call routines, all right? Something that is repetitive, that we repeat, okay? For example, something that I do every day, something that I do every week, something that I do every month. So it's repetitive, okay? So we call these habitual actions. And the first examples, I have 2. So every day I wake up at 6 a.m. So this is a habit. I do it every single day. The second one, he goes to the cinema weekly. He goes to the cinema weekly. So this is the first case. We use the present simple when we talk about something repetitive, something that happens every day, every week, every month, or regularly, all right? Every 10 days, every 2 days, etc., etc. Okay. Um, some of the expressions of the time expressions that refer to the routines. Can you give me some expressions, some time expressions that express routines? Time express. For example, in the screen I have every day and I have weekly. Do you know any other time expressions that we use with the present simple? So we can say every day, weekly. What else? What other time expressions do you guys know? Let me know in the chat. So these are great, great for every day. Yes. So something Thai, as you said, so something that happens every day. Great. Okay. Monthly for Amin. Monthly. Monthly for Artim as well. Artim also mentions annual, but we can say annually. Annually. Annually, or also we say yearly. So every year. So for every year, we say annually or yearly. Both of them are correct. Great. So Ty gave us an example, which is I go to our company every day, or I go to work every day. Great. So this is a habit, this is a routine. So for sure, we will use the present simple. So let me repeat this first case. We use the present simple with the habits, repetitive actions, or routines, something that we do regularly. All right, something that we do regularly. It can be daily, every day. It can be weekly, every week. It can be monthly, every month, or it can be yearly, every year. Okay, or regular. So this was the first case. Okay, let us see what is the second case. The second case is scientific or general facts. I think one of you mentioned this already and it was correct. So we use the present simple to talk about scientific or general facts, meaning something that is always true, something that is always true. All right. For example, water boils at 100 degrees. Boils meanings it starts to move, all right? So when you put water on fire, it starts to boil, all right? It starts to boil. So it starts moving. There are bubbles and it becomes very hot. That's what we mean by boil, okay? So this is a fact. This is a scientific fact. This is something that is always true, okay? So whenever we want to talk about a scientific fact, something that is always true, we use the present simple. Absolutely, Sophia. So we use the present simple. These are facts. I agree with you. The second example that I have is the Earth where we live. So our planet revolves around the sun. So it goes around the sun. And this is a scientific fact, okay? So the Earth goes around the sun. This is a scientific fact. Hello, Singh. Hello. And welcome. Arshpeet. So hello, Arshpeet Singh. Welcome to the live stream. Fantastic. Great. So these were the first two scientific facts. Do you guys know any more scientific facts? Can you share with me a scientific fact that you guys know? And please make sure you use the present simple. So let me repeat the second case. So the second case, we use the present simple when we want to talk about about general or scientific facts. Okay, so the first case we use the present simple with habits, and the second case we use it with scientific facts. We will keep it to just three cases where we use the present simple, so that we will not confuse you. We don't want to confuse you, so we will keep things very simple. And of course, for those of you who have just joined, this is a new live stream. This is the second live stream for this week. It happens on Saturday. This means that this is a grammar live stream. So this is a grammar live stream, and we decided to talk about the present simple again, all right? So that we can understand very well what we are talking about. So let me see if anyone here knows any scientific facts that you want to share with us. Maybe I will share with you another one. Fantastic. Great. Okay, great. I already have one. Amin says, planets orbit, they go around. So planets orbit their stars, absolutely. So we always have a star in the middle, and the planets, they go around them. And this is a scientific fact, of course. So we use the present simple, which is the verb here, the verb orbit. Let me give you an example and tell me if it is correct or no. So this is my example. The grass is green. The grass is green, or was green. So is this correct? Can we say this? Is this correct? Did I conjugate the verb correctly? Or is that a mistake that we should correct? So the grass was green. Is this sentence correct? What do you guys think? And if it's not correct, what is the correct form then? The grass was green. So what do you guys think? Is this correct? Is this incorrect? It's not. In the present simple, absolutely great. So Amin got the mistake. So it's okay, okay, great. And Sophia corrected the mistake for us. Great. So Sophia, thank you. So we say the grass is green and not the grass was green, because grass is always green. All right. This is a fact. It is false. Absolutely, Ty. Yes, it is false. It is a false sentence, because we should say the grass is green and not the grass was green. So let me reshare Sophia's answer. So we say the grass is green because this is true. This is always true. This is a fact. It's not just something that is yes, that we're just saying. Let me go to the last sentence, to the last part, okay, or to the last case. So we said the first case is when we talk about habits or habitual actions or routines, and the second case is when we talk about scientific facts. Number 3 is sentence like this: John loves cats. All right. So the first case or the third case is this: John loves cats. John loves cats. In your opinion, which category is this? Which category we should put this? Is it a routine? Is it a scientific fact, or is it something else? And if it is something else, of course, I would love to know what is this something else. So if you tell me what is the category, what category we should put this sentence, I will be very, very happy. Artsim, actually, the sentence was not correct. So the correct sentence was the grass is green and not the grass was green, because it should be in the present simple. Okay, so Hasna, personal great. So Hasna says it's a fact, but what kind of fact, Hasna? Is it scientific fact or is it another type of fact? And here Artyom answered it. So Artyom says it's a personal fact, and Artyom is correct. So this is a personal fact about John. It's not a habit, of course. Loving is not a habit. Love is not a habit. Okay, it's not something that we do every day. Okay, and it's not a scientific fact. Maybe I love something, but you don't like it. I love it, but you don't like it. Or maybe you love it, but I don't. Okay, so this means that this is not a scientific fact, but rather it's not actually, we cannot call it a habit of John Tai. I understand what you mean, but the more correct way of putting it is that to say this is a personal fact, rather. Okay, it's a personal fact. So it's a personal fact. For example, Sam likes chocolate. Sam likes chocolate, but I don't like chocolate. So it's not a general fact about everyone. It's not a scientific fact, it's not something the science can prove, but it is a personal fact. It's something that's true about Sam or about one person. Okay? So the same thing for I live in Morocco. So I live in Morocco, this is true about me. It's not true about Tai, it's not true about Artyom, it's not true about Hasna, it's not true about Sophia, for example, in the chat. Okay? So this is a personal fact, it's true about me. Now, can you give me some personal facts about you using the present simple? Give me a scientific fact or a personal fact about yourselves using the present simple. Let's see if you guys can give us good sentences. Let us discover some of your facts and truths about you. Okay. Let us see if you have any scientific, any personal facts about yourselves, guys. Great. So I like this one. So for example, Amin says, I like the color green. I like the color green. For me, this is not true about me. I like blue or I prefer blue. Great. I like to drink coffee. So, Tai, if you can add two. So, I like to drink coffee. My hobby is reading. Fantastic, Artyom. Great. Love is, okay, let's see the example of Sophia. Love the true story. But here, Sophia, you didn't use any verb. What is the verb, if you can tell me? So always make sure in your sentences you have three things. You have subject, you have a verb, and you have something that completes the sentence. For example, um, I. Great. I will use Artyom's answer. I will use Artyom's answer. So I is a subject plus like, which is the verb, and finally, maths, which is the object. All right. So always make sure that your sentence has a subject and a verb at least. So these are very important because in your example, Sophia, I didn't see the verb. I don't know where is the verb. So I like. Oh, John enjoys basketball. Same thing. So John is the subject, enjoys is the verb, and basketball is the object. So if you can give us sentences that are complete. Great. I really love this one. Rabbits like carrots. But let me ask you, I mean, is this a personal fact or a general fact? What do you think? I would say this is actually a general fact rather than a personal fact. Great. So Sophia, you can try again and let me know. You can try again. So rabbits like carrots. Is this a personal fact? Is this a generalized fact? What do you guys think? For me, I would say it is a general fact because it's true about all rabbits. Okay, it's like saying, for example, lions eat meat. All right, they eat meat. All right, so this means that all lions, not just one of them. Same for rabbits. So if we say that rabbits like carrot, this means that this is true about all rabbits. Hence, it is a general fact and not a personal fact. Great. So if you can do, Sophia, let us know in the chat. All right. I want to go to the cinema in the weekend. Great. So I want this as a personal fact, or I like to go. Sure. Great tie. So we can say I like to go. He uses personal fact. I'm not sure. Great. I like this one. Sophie right now. Sophie. Hello, Sophie. So I go to work by car. I go to work by car. Perfect. I really like this. This is a personal fact about Sophie. Maybe some other people use the bus, maybe some other people use the metro, maybe some other people go by train, but Sophie, she goes by car. This is a very beautiful personal example or personal fact. Andrew, I like to go jogging. This is fantastic. For me, I like cycling. I like cycling using the bicycle. So it's not true about me, but it's true about you, Andrew, meaning this is a personal fact. Great. So, how many cases of the if using the present simple that we see? We saw three so far. Who can remind us in the chat? So, three cases. What are they? Let me go back. So, how many cases did we see for the present simple? How many cases? Jack, okay, great. I really like this. I really love this. So Jack has two siblings. Great. This is a personal fact about Jack. Maybe other people don't have any brothers or sisters, and maybe some other people have more. So let us go back and answer this question. When do we use the present simple? When do we use it? When do we use it? So we saw three cases. What are they? Three cases. What were the three cases that we saw? Great. So we saw two cases, so personal and general facts. So personal facts, something that is true about me. I like gray. I like blue. I enjoy movies. I like cats. All right. I go to work by car, like Sophie said. I have two brothers and two sisters. Okay, these are all personal facts. And of course, general facts. General facts like the sun is a star. This is a general fact. This is not personal. Or rabbits like carrot, like Emin said. This is a general fact, actually, because all rabbits like cat. Great. And the last one is mentioned here by Sophie, and also we use it for habits. All right, for habits. Scientific facts, absolutely artisim. So we saw three cases. Routine actions, great. Okay, so I think you guys understood the assignment. You understood things very well. So let me remind you of them. Great, Hasna, absolutely. Routines as well, great. So habits, remember them, habits. Scientific facts, personal facts. So remember these three. This is where we use the present simple. I like watching true story documentary. Now we are talking, Sophia. Now we are talking. Now this is a beautiful example for a personal fact. Okay, this is a beautiful example. Great. Let's go see an exercise. So for the exercise, I have for you a number of sentences, and your task will be to tell me what kind of sentences is it. For example, number one, my favorite color is blue. Is this a habitual action? Is this a scientific fact? Or this is a personal fact? What do you guys think? Is this a habit? Is this a scientific fact? Is this a personal fact? Let me know in the chat. So you can, if you can please write for me, maybe I will answer this one for you. So my favorite color, I'm talking about myself, one person. So this is absolutely a personal fact. So please, if you can, great. Amin got it as well. So it's a personal fact. Halim, hello, hello, and very happy to see you here with us. And of course, it is a personal fact. Great. So please, guys, if you can do the following, if you can write for me the letter of the sentence and the type of the sentence. This is a personal habit, not habit, but personal fact, we say, Sophia. But I get you understand what's going on. So if you can write for me A, for example, or B or C, and then you write for me what type of sentence it is. So it's a personal fact for Hasna as well. So great. So let's see. Absolutely. So it is a personal fact. Now, how about B? B. She goes for a run in the park every morning. Every morning. This is the key word here, the key expression, every morning. Be personal, great. Be personal. Artsim, it is a personal fact, but it is also something else. So every morning. What is this, Artsim? Every morning. Habitual action. Sophie says habitual action, habitual action, habitual action. So let's see, it is a habitual action. Absolutely. So whenever you see every week, every day, this is a habit, okay? Don't wonder. Great. Type. Great. Habitual action. What about C now? C. So what about C? Water freezes as 0 degrees. Which number is that, Hasna? I think you are talking about B. I think you are talking about B, Hasna. Yes. So Hasna, she said, it's a routine. Great. Great. So for Thai, C is a scientific fact. Let's see. Scientific fact, scientific fact. Let us correct scientific fact. Great, Sophie, scientific fact. Great. You guys are on fire today. Great. But I think you are talking about B, Hasna, right? I think you are talking about B. Because B, absolutely, it's something that is repeated every, yes. But for C, it is absolutely a scientific fact. It is a scientific fact. She goes to bed at 10 p.m. She goes to bed at 10 p.m. Is this a habitual action? Is this a scientific fact? Or is this a personal fact? So what about D now? So we are now in D. So what do you think about D? So is the personal fact great? So for Sophie, it's a personal fact. Um, for Amin, it's a personal fact. Habitual action, great. I like that now we have some kind of it. The personal, great. Artium, personal fact. Let me see. I think it's both actually. It's both. It's both. I counted it here as a habitual action because every day she goes to bed at 10 p.m. But we can count it as a personal fact actually. We can also say this is a personal fact about her. D. So for Hasna, it's a habit, and yes, this is correct. But I would say also habitual or personal fact is also true in this case, but it's not a scientific fact. It's not a scientific fact. E now. The moon orbits the Earth. So orbit, this means the moon. Let me show you the moon. So the moon orbits the sun. Okay, this is basically the sentence. This is basically the sentence. So the moon orbits the sun. So the moon orbits the sun. It goes around it. So I see scientific fact, Halim scientific fact, scientific fact for Amin as well, Sophie scientific fact, or Artsy scientific fact. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Great. So I'm happy that you guys understood what's going on. This is absolutely a scientific fact, yes. Now, F, I live in a small apartment in the city. I live in a small apartment in the city. Is this a scientific fact? Is this a habit? Is it a personal fact? Personal fact. So F, personal fact. Great. So Hasna also got E correct, which is a scientific fact. So for F, personal fact. For Artsim, Halim says personal fact. Amin says personal fact. Sophie says personal fact. You guys. All right. Ty says it's a personal fact. Sophia says a personal fact. So I think you guys understand what's going on. It is absolutely a personal fact. All right. Now let's go to G. They always eat pizza on Fridays. So every Friday they eat pizza. What do we call this kind of actions that repeats on a certain routine or certain time schedule? So habitual action is a personal fact as well, sure. Habitual action, Sophie. You guys are doing fantastic job. I'm really enjoying this habitual action. Great. So for whenever, so Halim same thing, Ty the same thing, Andrew habitual action. I mean, Sophie personal habits. So you mixed both of them and you said it's a personal habit. I really like that. All right, but mostly it is a habitual action. It's something that we repeat every Friday. All right, every Friday we uh, uh, we have pizza. Every Friday we have pizza. All right. So okay, great. So what about H now? H. Whales live in the ocean. First, do you know what is a whale? What is a whale? Whale. It's a very interesting animal, actually. Great, great. So maybe first let me share with you what is a whale. So this is a whale. It's those big animals that live in the ocean. And no, they are not fish, actually. They are not fish. So they are huge animals that live in the ocean and they breathe air. So Amin says it's a scientific fact, and so does Artyom. So both of you guys say this is a scientific fact. So first, okay, or okay, so, oh, is it a personal fact? Okay, it's not a personal fact actually, Ty, because we are not talking about one whale. We are talking about all the whales that live in the world, all of them. So whenever we generalize about all the members of a category, all people, all whales, all animals, this is a scientific fact. Scientific fact, and let's correct. It's absolutely a scientific fact because here we are not talking about one whale, but we talk about whales, all of them, all the whales that exist, all the whales that exist. Last one. She works as a teacher at the local school. She works as a teacher at the local school. So for I, what do you think, Amin? What do you think? Andrew, great. So this is for H. All right. So Andrew, Ty, got it. All got it correct. So Ty, this is a personal fact. Amazing, fantastic. All right, great. I see more and more as so personal fact, personal fact, personal fact. Halim, Sophie, Amin, Ty, you did a fantastic job actually. Great. And Andrew, I think. Or Andrew didn't answer yet, probably. Okay, great. Fantastic. Let's see. Absolutely, it's a personal fact. Great. So this is it for this exercise about the uses of the present simple. When do we use the present simple? So for those of you who have just joined, probably, so of course, first, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and please maybe activate that bell so whenever we have a new live stream, you will be notified. Please make sure to do that. So this is the second live stream about the present simple. All right. So we talked so far about the uses of the present simple. We talked about only three. So we use the present simple to talk about habits, something I do every day, every week, every month, something that is repetitive. All right. The second case or the second use is when we talk about general fact or scientific fact. These are things that are always true. Okay. And the last case is when we talk about personal fact, something that is not true in general, but it's true about me or someone else. So, for example, I can say, my friend smokes a lot. My friend smokes a lot. I don't smoke, but my friend does. It's not a scientific fact, it's a personal fact about him. Okay, so let us move to the next thing then. Great. Now, if we have a verb and we want to put this verb in the present simple, how do we do that? Okay, how do we do that? Let me see an example. Let me give you an example. So, the verb to eat, for instance. How can we conjugate the verb to eat in the present simple? Of course, I'm not expecting you to give me all the pronouns, but give me just the forms. How many forms will the verb to eat take? How many forms? So I can say I what, you what, He, she, it, what? So how can we conjugate the verb actually? So if I want to say I with eat and he with eat, is it the same thing? Great. So Amin says that in the present simple, the verb has two cases or two forms. The first form is eat, and the second form is eats. Let's see. Let's see. Let us wait for more answers, and then I will reveal how we conjugate verbs in the present simple. Great, Sophie. Fantastic job. So I eat, you eat, he, she, it. We add an S. Great. Great. Let us see. All right. Okay, I don't have any more answers, so I think I will just reveal it. And Sophie is correct. And Amin is correct as well. So I say, I eat, you eat, no change. All right? No change. He, she, and it, we should say eats. So we add an S with he, she, and it. And the rest of the pronouns, again, no change to the verb. So you eat, we eat, and they eat. So basically, this is the rule. We simply add an S with the verb, with the he, she, and it. My question to you now is, what about the verb watch? What about the verb watch? So for the verb to eat, we talked about two forms, eat and eats. So eats is used with he, she, and it, and eat without any change is used with the rest of the pronouns. Now, what are the forms that the verb watch will take? So if we talk about the verb to watch, how many cases or how many forms will the verb watch take? Is it one form? Is it two forms? And if it's two forms, what are these forms? What should we add? And let's see. Let's see. Hello, hello, Iman. Hello. Very happy to see you here. So, Sophia, so she says watches. Sophia, you are absolutely correct. But is there another one? Tie, watch and watches. Great. Fantastic. Did you guys notice what we add? Because with eat, we added an S. But with watch, what did we add? Did we add an S? What do you think? And why, of course, did we add this here and did we add something different in the other verb? What's going on? Let's see. I'm waiting for your answers in the chat. So let me see. Let me see. You guys like answered correctly. So I see Sophia answered correctly. Great. Are you, we, they, watch, and he, she, it, watch, E and S. Great. That's the answer I'm looking for. Sophie, watch and watch plus ES. Let us now then make sure. And you guys are correct. Great. So you are absolutely correct. So eat and eats. So eat becomes eats, but watch becomes watches with ES. Now, what about the verb go? What about the verb go? What should we say? I, you, great tie. It, great ES. Great. Right. Okay. So he, she, it, we use ES. Watches with ES. Great. Okay. You guys, great. Sophie, let's see. I go, you go, he goes. Yes, he, she, and it, we will say goes. Let's see if the others got the same answer or they got a different answer. We don't know. Go, goes. Great. You guys already know all of this. You guys are very knowledgeable already. I like this. So this is a kind of reminder for you all. All right. Great. So this is just a kind of reminder, actually. Maybe I will wait for one more answer because I got two and they are both correct. So maybe I will see if anyone else got it correct too. Maybe I should just move on, probably. Let's see. Absolutely. Ty or Sophie and Sophia, great. You got it correct. So we say go. With he, she, it, we say goes and we add an es. And finally, we say you, we, they, we use go without anything. Great. Now, what about play? What about play? What about play? Can you give me the forms of the verb to play? What can we say? What are the forms that the verb play will use? Great. Okay, perfect, Sophia. Perfect. Perfect. You will understand this because after this, I will give you the rules, and after the rules, I will give you some exercises. Okay, so I will make sure that you guys will go out of this live stream understanding very well how to use the present simple and when to use the present simple. Play and plays. Ty, wonderful job. Wonderful job, Ty. I mean, okay, I didn't see your answer. I mean, play and plays. Great. Lovely. You guys already know what's going on. I'm very excited. I play for Sophie. I play, you play, he plays. Not really. Not really, Sophie. I like that you added the S, but we don't say IES. There is a different rule for those verbs. So play. I will reveal probably. I will just reveal it. So I will show you how we conjugate the verb to play. So I say, I play, you play, he, she, it plays. We simply add an S. And finally, we say, we, you, they play without adding anything. So here we simply add an S, all right? So we simply add an S. So I can say, for example, every week I play football. Every week, my friend plays basketball. Present tense and present continuous. So for the present continuous, mostly it will be the topic of the next live stream. So today live stream is about the present simple. Next live stream will be about the present continuous. So we will go every Saturday. We will work on a new tense. Okay, so we will see the present simple, the present continuous, the present perfect, the past simple, the past perfect, the past continuous, the future simple. So you guys don't have to worry about anything. I will cover all the tenses that exist in English. Don't worry. Now, the last one, cry. When we cry, when we cry. So what do we say? I what? He, she, it what? And we, you, they what? So what are the forms of the verb cry in the present simple? Now we're talking, Ty. Now we're talking. Great. So Ty said cry, cries, and he changes the verb. Amin says cry, cries, and he changes the verb correctly. Sophie, cry, cries, correct again. But Sophia, we don't say crying. We don't say crying. We don't add ing. If you notice Sophia, you will notice that with all the verbs, we add s and not ing. Can you see that? In eat, we said eats, watch, we said watches, go, we said goes, and play, we said plays. Okay? So we don't add ing, we add rather s. Okay? Like Ty said, cry, cries. Like Sophie said, like Amin said. Great. I hope it's clear for you. So let us see what is the form. So absolutely, you guys got it correct, Sophie and Ty and Amin. So cry, cries, and cry. My question to you now. My question to you now. What are the rules of the different verbs? So if we want to come up with rules, what is the rule? So for example, for a normal verb like eat. So for a normal verb, the is verb and verb plus s with he and she and it. All right. So this is basically the rule for normal verbs. Verbs like eat, verbs like drink, verbs like wear, okay? Verbs like, I don't know, read, for example. So all of them, what do? We keep the verb like it is. We don't change anything, but with he, she, and it, we add a very tiny s in the end of the verb, okay? So we say, I drink, you drink, he, she, it drinks. Same thing. I read, you read, he, she, it reads. All right? So now, what is the rule for watch and go? What is the rule then? Number two, watch, and number three, go. They almost have the same rule. What is the rule for them? What is the rule for them? So we have normal verbs, eat, we have a special kind of verb, watch and go, and we have a third type of verbs, play and cry. So we have three categories here. So for verbs like watch and go, what do we add and why? What do you guys think? Okay, maybe it's difficult for you to come up with the rules, but I know you guys understand what's going on. If I give you an exercise, when I give you an exercise, I'm sure you guys will get it correctly. Great. Great. Let's see. So we write es with ch and with o. Great. So this is a very good guess. Yes, absolutely. So with normal verb, we add s. But if the verb ends in ch or ends in o, we add an es instead. Great. That's all I need. That's all I need, actually. Great. Did anyone get the same rule, or did you guys get a different rule or deal? So with verbs like watch and go, I think Amin got it correct. I will add some other verbs, but Amin got it correct, which is when we have a verb that ends in H or a verb that ends in O, we should add ES and not simply S, not just S. Now, what is the difference between play and cry? Why for play we simply added S and for cry we added IES? Can someone tell me what is the difference between these two verbs? Both of them end in Y. So both of them end in Y. So verbs, so play and cry. Okay, both of them, they end in Y. So why did we add S with play and added IES with cry? So what is the rule for verbs that end in Y? Let me see. It might be a little difficult for you guys to answer this question. I completely understand. But I welcome any guess, even if it's wrong, just share it with us. Share your answer with us. And if it is correct, that's what we want. If it's wrong, we will correct it. Let's see. Amin already gave a wonderful answer. So play finish with two vowels, A and Y, but cry end in one vowel. We say vowel in English like this. You are almost correct, actually. You are almost there, Emil. You are almost there. So we'll write vowel like this. But I mean, I think you are on the right path. You are on the right path. If you think again, you will find the answer. If you think again, you will find the answer. I will give you the answer. Okay. Let's go and find out what is the answer. Sophia, you know, but you forgot. It's totally fine. Wonderful. I want to applaud Sophie. Sophie got it correct. Sophie got it correct. Great. So for verbs that end in Y, we should see what is the letter that comes before the Y. If it is a vowel, we add S. If it is a consonant, we add IES. Let us now see the rule more clearly. I prepared for you the rule. These are the rules. So let me make them big so that you can understand them. And let's go one by one. So the first one. So for normal verbs, what do? We simply leave the verb like it is. We don't change it, except with he, she, and it. What do we add? We add an S. So drink becomes drinks. Uh, uh, um, like becomes likes. Read becomes reads. Write becomes writes. So we simply add an S. However, for verbs that end in H or in S, double S, or in X, for example, watch or dress meaning you wear your clothes, okay? Or for example, um, fix, okay? Fix, to make something that is wrong. What will they become? They will become watches, right? They will become dresses, and they will become fixes. Okay, I will write for you these verbs that I'm talking about on the screen in a moment. Okay, so if the verb ends in H or ends in double S or ends in X, the verb becomes, okay, oops, there is a mistake there. Okay, it's correct, it's correct. Okay, so watch becomes watches with ES, dress becomes dresses, and fix becomes fixes, all right? Let's say, Andrew. So for the last case, play, we add only S because there is a vowel A in front of Y, normally change Y to IES. Great, fantastic, Andrew. I think you have background in grammar or something because you explained it in a very beautiful way, and you gave us a balloon in the end of the. All right, you gave us a balloon in the end. Great. And actually, why do we add S in verbs like dress? So dress, we cannot say dresses. Dresses, all right, with three S. We should say he he dresses, right? So let me show you this. Okay. So for example, if we have the verb like dress, which means to wear your clothes, we cannot say dresses with three S's, right? It will be very difficult to pronounce. We say dresses and we add an ES to separate the S of the verb from the S of he, she, and it. The same thing applies actually to verbs that end in O. So we add ES for verbs that end in O. For example, go, all right? So go, it becomes goes with ES. Please, I will hide my screen. I will hide my camera. If you guys want to take a screenshot, please do. All right, please do, so that you will keep these rules with you. Okay, you can take a screenshot now of my screen while I'm not there. Great, absolutely, Amin. So Amin gave us another example, which is do, which becomes does in the. Thank you, Amin, for reminding me of this very basic verb. So do becomes does because it ends in o. All right. This is the second case. Now comes the last case, which is verbs that end in y. Verbs that end in y. I'm not sure for the laptop. I mean, you can check because I'm not sure. I think there should be some. Okay, or you know what I will do? I will probably. Sorry, there is a motorbike passing by my house. Sorry for that. So probably I will put it like I will put the rule as a PDF and I will post it in the description below. So I will share with you the rule later on. So don't worry, guys. Okay, so I was saying now for the last case, which is verbs that end in Y. Verbs that end in Y for play, like cry, like study. So for these verbs, they have two cases. The first one is when there is a vowel before the Y. So if there is a vowel, what are the vowels that you know in English? So for the vowels that we have in English, we have A, we have E, we have I, we have U, we have O. So vowel plus. So this is the rule. This is the rule. So this is basically the rule. So when we have a verb that has A vowel, and vowels we have A, E, I, U, and O. If we have these verbs or these sounds before Y, this means that we will not change anything. We simply add S. For example, enjoy. Enjoy, it has, for example, enjoy. So enjoy, what does it have before the verb? Or what does it have before the Y? It have O. What is O? It's a vowel. What does that mean? We simply add an S. We will not, we will keep the Y and we will add S. So enjoy becomes enjoys. Do you guys know any more verbs like this? If you know any more, please let me know in the chat. If you know any more verbs that end in Y and there is a vowel before it. Vowels, let me remind you, we have A, we have E, we have I, we have U, we have O. These are the main vowels that we have in English. The second case is when we have a consonant. Consonants are like, for example, D, like B, like T, like R, like M, etc., etc. We have a lot of consonants in English. Plus Y, what do? We remove the Y and we add IES, which is the last case. So if we have a consonant or a vowel, okay, I think there is a mistake there on my screen, probably. I will correct it later. Anyways, I will correct it later and I will share it with you in the description. So consonant we have, if we have B or R or M, for example, plus Y, we should remove the Y and we should add IES. Let me give you an example. For example, try. Try becomes tries, all right? Try, okay? So try becomes tries, all right? Why? Because before the Y, we have R. R is a consonant. And consonants, what do? We remove the Y and we add IES. So I hope these rules are clear for you guys. I don't want to spend too much time on the rules. I want to go to the exercises, all right? So let's go and practice what we learned today. In the sentences that you have on the screen, there is a mistake in the verb. There is a mistake in the verb. What I want you to do is to correct the mistake. So the first one, I reads a book every evening. Next one, she studies hard for the exam. Number 3, they watches movies on Fridays. Number 4, the cat catches mice in the garden. Number 5, he writes a new song every month. So what are the mistakes with the verbs in each sentence? Let's start with number 1. What is the mistake that you can see in this first sentence? What is the mistake? Can you guys see any mistake? Let me know. So number 1, I reads. What is the mistake? And if you can correct it, great. Okay, I see already some answers. Read. All right. So for Amin, he said read. Great. Ty, great. Fantastic job. Ty, I read. Sophie, I read. Great. Great. You guys got it right. So for I, we never add S. For the present simple, we only add S with he, she, and it. Great. So this is the first one. What about number 2? What about number 2? She studies hard for the exam. She studies hard for the exam. What is the problem here? What is the problem? Great, Amin. Great. She studies. Great. Okay, Andrew. Andrew, for number 1, absolutely. So we should correct I read. I read. Amin corrected the second one. She studies. Great. Ty, same thing, studies. Sophie, same thing, studies. You guys are doing fantastic job. But Andrew, we shouldn't say, okay, great. So she studies to study. Great, great. Okay, great. Let me explain to you why we did that. So we have, let me explain to you in details why we did that. Okay, so this is the explanation on number 2. So study, we have the Y, and before the Y, there is a consonant. It's D. There is a consonant D, all right? For consonant D, the rule says if you have consonant plus Y, you should remove the Y and add IES. And this is what we should do, and the sentence becomes I or she studies. Now, what about they watches? They watches movies. What is the mistake here, and how can we correct it? What is the mistake? How can we correct it? What's going on? Watch. Great. Sophie, they watch. They watch for Amin as well. Absolutely, guys. Yes. Because this is basically it's they. It's not he, she, it. All right. So we shouldn't say they watches. We should say they watch. Very simple. Great. Oh, oops. Okay. Now the cat catches the mice. Mice, by the way. Okay, great. Artyom. They watch. Fantastic job, Artyom. Great. So, by the way, for number 4, okay. Great. I really like what you guys are doing. Fantastic. So let me just probably explain to you what's going on in the sentence. All right. So mice is the plural of mouse. All right. Mice is the plural of mouse. So we can say one mouse, but two mice. We don't say mouses. All right. In English, we don't say mouses. We say mice. All right. So one mouse, two mice, and the mice are what you see on the screen. Those are mice. Great. So here, what is the problem? We have the cat, meaning it, so we should add an S. So what is the problem? The problem, Sophie says, it should be ES and not S. Same thing says Amin, so we should cat catches. Great. The cat catch, not really tie, because we have one cat, so it's it. So it, we should have S. Artyom, fantastic job. So the cat catches. Great. If you remember earlier, we said H, so we should say H plus ES. So whenever we have a verb like catch that ends in H, we should add ES. We should add ES. So the sentence should become the cat catches. Finally, he writes a new song every month. He writes a new song every month. He writes a new song every month. What's wrong with the sentence? I don't see anything wrong with the sentence, actually. Great. All right. So Sophie says he writes. Amin says he writes. Let's see if this is correct. He writes, Artyom. Thank you. Great. He writes tie. Great job. Great. So, okay. So now let me reveal the answers. So, yes. So the first one should be I read and not I read. So it should be I read. Second one, she studies with IES because Y is preceded before it. There is a consonant. They watch and not they watches. The cat catches with ES because the verb ends in H. And finally, he writes a new song every month. Great. So for the next exercise, let me probably change the layout so that I'm on the other side of the screen. Okay. All right, we just okay. So let me just change the layout so that I'm on the other side of the screen. Okay. Okay. So now you have fill in the blanks with the right verb. So or put the verbs between brackets in the correct Yes, in the correct form of the verb in the present simple. So, we visit our grandparents on Sunday. John often go to the gym. The sun rise from the east. All right, great. Really? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Is it visits with we? Is it should it be visits? What do you think, Amin? So we visit, we visit. So I have two answers here. Is it we visit or we visits? What do you guys think? For number one, I have two answers. We visit and we visits. Which one is correct? Is it Amin's we visits or is it Sophie and Artyom we visit? We visit. Okay, great. Actually, it is we visit because we, all right, we only add s with he and she. He, right, that's for the previous one. All right. But you are correct, by the way, Sophia. Yes. So John often, let's go to number two. John often go to the gym. John often go to the gym. What do you guys think should we put there? What do you think? John goes. Great. We visit Andrew. Fantastic. Yes. Goes and Amin goes. Amin, please let me know if the first one is clear for you. Because it should be we visit. Great. Okay, okay. I didn't see that you corrected it. Yes. John goes. Andrew. Fantastic job. Great time. Okay, you guys are correct. I will show you the correction, by the way, in a moment. Let's see the next one. The sun rise in the east. The sun rise. Sun rise meaning it comes up, right? It comes up in the east. Is this correct? Or is this, what is the verb that we should use? Or how, what is the form of the verb that we should use? Rise. Rise meaning the sun goes up. Artyom, fantastic job. The sun rises. The sun rises. Sophie. Andrew, the sun rises. I like that Andrew always makes sure to write the full sentence. That's a brilliant thing to do, actually. Because here you are also working on your spelling as well. Rise, tie, not really. We have the sun. It's only one and it's it. The sun. So we should say, like Andrew, like Sophie, like Artyom, we should say rises. She study French and German. She study French and German. What is the correct form of the verb here? What is the correct form of the verb? She studies. Sophie, Sophie, what do you, Sophie, think? What do you think? Is it written like this, like Sophia wrote it, or is it written like Amin wrote it, or like Andrew wrote it? So is it okay? Let me write. So let me call this A, and let me call this B. So which one do you guys think? Which form of the verb? Will it be A or B? Will it be A or B? Which one do you think? Studies like A or studies like B? Because I saw two. What do you think? Which one is it? Which form? We agree that we should add S, but which? How should we add the S? Studies. Great, Artyom. All right. It's B actually. It's B, Sophie. All right. Okay, great, Sophie. I see that you corrected it. Okay, fantastic job. As far as you guys understand why we do this. All right. Cats chase after mice. Cats, great. Great. So cats chase after mice. Cats chase after mice. What is the correct form of the verb for cats chase after mice? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 5. Cats chase after mice. What form of the verb should we use? Cats chase. Great. And Artyom. Great. Sophie. Great. Cats chase because we have the plural. It's like we have they. Great. So they, we don't add anything with the verb. So we simply say es. All right. Not really yes. We shouldn't add es. We shouldn't add es. Kedarnath. Okay. Kedarnath Sahu. We shouldn't add es actually. We should just leave it the way it is. So cats chase. Okay, let's move to number 6. My parents travel a lot for work. My parents travel a lot for work. What is this? My parents travel a lot for work. So what is the form of the verb that we should use? My parents travel a lot for work. Is it travel or travels? Okay. Amin, great. Great. Sophie, great. And Artyom, fantastic job, guys. Ty, great. Ty, I was waiting for you. All right, perfect. Lulu, great, perfect. Travel. Great. Let us see the clock tick loudly. The clock tick loudly. This is the clock. This is a clock. Great. Sophie or Sophia, you get it correct. You get it correct actually, but you are a little bit late to answer. So this is a clock. So the clock is when we see what time is it. All right. So we say great. So that's what we mean. So sticks or ticks. It's ticks, not sticks. Tie. But I see what you mean. Clock ticks. Great. All right. Perfect. Let's see the other one. The computer crash from time to time. The computer crash ticks. Okay. Now Ty. Yes, this is correct now. So the computer crash from time to time. The computer crash from time to time. The computer crash. This means it stops working. So when my phone, if my phone crashes, right, it stops working. Great, Lulu, great, absolutely. Crashes, we should add es, Lulu, great. Menrod, great. Same for Amin, yes. Sophie, crashes, yes, okay. Last one now, last. He enjoy listening to classical music. He enjoy, it crashes, great Artyom, it crashes. So he enjoy listening to classical music. He enjoy. So what is the form of the verb? And of course, don't forget that the verb here ends with y. So what form of the verb should we use? Sophie says enjoys. Amin says enjoys. Right? This is for the previous one. Crashes. Tie. Great. Enjoys. Great. Kedarnath. Great. Sahu. Great. Enjoys. Artyom. Perfect. Okay. All right. Great. So let me probably share with you the answers now. So the first one is we visit, like you guys said, because we only add s with he, she, it, and here we have we. The second one, John often goes. This is a verb that ends with o, so go, and so we should say goes. We add es. The sun rises, we add s. She studies, we should study, it ends in y, and before the y we have a consonant, so after consonant we should add ies. Cats chase, we shouldn't add anything because cats is plural. My parents travel, plural again. The clock ticks. The computer crashes because crash, it finishes or it ends in H. So this means we should add ES. And finally, he enjoys. Enjoys also ends in Y. But before the Y, we have a vowel. And we said when we have vowel plus Y, we should only add S. So we don't remove the Y and we should hello, hello, Sahu. All right. Hi for you. So great. So I think this is it for today's live stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed. So we talked about two main things. When do we use the present simple? And how do we use the present simple? How do we conjugate verbs in the present simple? I hope you learned what we mean here. I hope you got the lesson. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments later. I will make sure to leave you a PDF, a small PDF, where with the rules for the present simple. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next live stream, Wednesday vocabulary session. So see you then. Thank you so much, guys, and take care of yourself.